Arunachal Pradesh, the erstwhile Northeast Frontier Agency, NEFAC, is a mountainous land spreading over 83,743 square kilometers. Arunachal Pradesh is the largest state in Northeast India. On the north of Arunachal Pradesh stands China. On the east, Myanmar. On the south, Assam and Nagaland, and Bhutan on the west. Her picturesque beauty, verdant forests humming with wildlife, tumultuous rivers and rivulets, and manifold tribal population and their cultures, customs, and way of life allure many scholars, journalists, and travelers all over the world. Our journey started through the Siang River Valley from Yingkiong, the headquarters of Upper Siang district. The altitude of Yingkiong is 600 feet at the shadow of the Abroka mountain range. The highest point in the Abroka mountain range is 12,500 feet, Ekodumbin. According to the Adi legend, all the hills descended from Ekodumbin. Yingkiong is situated on the left bank of Siang River. Around Yingkiong, there are 9 villages on both sides of the river Siang, inhabited by Simong, Karko, and Ashing groups of Adi tribe. In broad perspective, the Adis belong to Tibeto-Burman group. Though living in compact areas over centuries, Different groups of Adis have evolved distinct trends, influenced by geographical isolation. Yet, basic similarities remain unchanged within the broad spectrum of Padam Minyong culture of the Adis. The Adi houses are constructed in a rectangular shape, raised over the ground approximately 2 feet to 3 feet, supported by crossed wooden stilts. The roof is made of fronds of canes. The floor and walls are made with roughly dressed wooden planks. Inside the house, there is only one room with a fireplace. A little away from the main village lies the granaries, where grains are stored along with other valuables. Because of close proximity of houses in the village, fire accidents occasionally occur, which become a great hazard. The granaries are made rat-proof by installing wooden discs around the posts. The people believe in hosts of spirits. The Miri, the cheerleader, dances and sings, invoking the blessings of the benevolent spirits. A priest, the shaman, traced the omen in the liver of the chicken to ascertain the auspiciousness of a particular event. Most of the songs and dances are connected with folk tales, transmitted by word of mouth. They start dancing rhythmically in front of the cheerleader, who holds a long sword upright, which produces jingling sound at every twist of the wrist. There is a moshup or community hall in each village, a long house with half wall covering. The moshup is divided in half a dozen meroms around a fireplace. All members of moshup have an obligatory function to carry out the decision of the Kebang, the council of the village. Adi Kebang, which exercises the judicial and executive powers, is very much democratic. Any member of the village community can participate in the deliberations without fear or favor. The Kebang is led by Kebang Abus. All grievances are heard, judgment pronounced only through the consensus of opinions and never arbitrary. The Kebang Abu guides the village activities. It punishes those who stray away from the right path. The speaker narrates the origin and migration of Adi tribe from distant past. He advises the people to follow the teachings of their forefathers and not to deviate from their social obligations to maintain the cohesive function of the community. The vigorous movements of the war dance of the Adis speak out their chivalry and spontaneous demonstration of their courageous action. The youth, participating in a war dance, come out with fantastic array of war gear and start a vigorous dance by flexing muscles, shaking heads, leaping forward, backward, and uttering war cries. They wear on their head decorated helmets, which are made of coil canes, round in shape. Two boar tusks placed crosswise in the front, and the top is covered with bear skin, dyed in red. All of them carry shields, which are of bamboo interlaced with cane strips. Jhoom is a traditional way of cultivation. This is a slash and burn method of cultivation, done in rotation from field to field. In Jhoom, consecutive 2 years of cultivation is done in a field, then left abandoned for some years for regeneration of forest. In Jhoom cultivation, varieties of crops are grown simultaneously. More durable and permanent method is the introduction of terrace cultivation with extension of irrigation facilities wherever feasible. Unlike in Jhoom, in terrace cultivation, monocrop is usually cultivated. After the harvest is over, a grand festival, Aran, is celebrated by the Adis with much pomp and gaiety. There is a tale how this festival had come. Neani Mete, a beautiful woman who was the daughter of Kojum Koje, survived from a devastating flood. But none of her relatives could be traced. She was then forced to come down to the earth from her heavenly abode. She draped herself in colorful dress to impress the people. Seeing her in such a beautiful attire, the people gathered to welcome her with grand pomp and enthusiasm. In this joyous moment, birds also started singing and insects played the orchestra. All the animals too joined in the chorus. The trees burst with new leaves and flowers to add to the beauty. People who gathered sought the blessings of Doing Bote, the god of wisdom, and Kinenane, the goddess of wealth. They then asked the people to show great spontaneity in the jubilation. Kinenane blessed them by providing a basket full of food so that a grand feast could be arranged. The grace and romantic poise of Neani Mete fascinated everyone. They started singing and dancing in praise of her. This event then became a part of the annual ritual of the Adis. Women dress themselves in new clothes and ornaments and participate with zest in Ponung dance. Apong, a rice or millet beer, is an essential part in the life of the community, particularly at the time of festivals. The people believe in the concept of Donyi Polo, which is explained in the tale. Beyond the world of spirits lies the universe, whose creator is sublime, benevolent, munificent, and grand, to whom they turn to seek blessings and take oath, but there is no sacrifice offered. In their midst, the concept of the universe started from Keyum, the great void or nothingness. From this nothingness originated Sedi, the Rutum or the supreme creator, who is the builder and the architect of the universe and the world where we live in. In joy or happiness, sorrows or sufferings, people refer to Doni Polo, uttering the cry, Doni e Kalanka, Polo e Tatlanka. Jenging is a new growing township with establishment of circle headquarter of Upper Siang district. The altitude of Jenging is around 300 feet, situated on the right bank of Siang River. Distance from Yingkiong to Jenging is about 85 kilometers by motorable road. There is a spurt of developmental activities with extension of education and other programs. From Jenging, a panoramic view is obtained of the entire landscape, which include the range of Abroka and verdant forest, Moline. Now we are proceeding towards Tuting, subdivisional headquarter of Upper Siang district of Arunachal Pradesh. Situated on the banks of Siang River at an altitude of 2000 feet, the distance of Tuting from Yingkiong is 195 kilometers by motorable road. It is surrounded by high mountains. In the immediate vicinity of Tuting is 10,500 feet high Deepun, which remains snowbound from November to April. Beyond the Doneli Peak, the highest point in the Kangri-Karpola range is the Longong Pukpa at an altitude of 14,000 feet. The scenery around Tuting is very beautiful with lush green vegetations, mountains and swift flowing rivers.
This place, especially Tuting, it was very remote areas. Earlier there were no communication. Now we are enjoying bus services, Tata Sumo services at present, and there was nothing, but today we are getting all the facilities. Actually, Arunachal Pradesh was called NEFA, and after that it became Union Territory, and during 1978 we achieved full statehood. So in our time when we were studying, we had to carry loads. Apart from carrying, teachers' rations and other, these materials and other belongs to this, other departments. Say, for example, we had 5 districts earlier in Arunachal. Now we have we have 16 districts, and we have popular government of with 60 MLAs, and we have achieved full-fledged statehood. These are the visible impact.
There is an abandoned runway on the banks of the Siang River that was used for occasional landing of aircrafts. Earlier, Dakota planes used to land there for regular supply of food and other essential commodities and transporting officials before the road link with Tooting was established. Helicopter is occasionally used for evacuation of patients and ferrying ration commodities to the outposts in absence of motorable road communication. The width of the Siang River near Tooting is 700 feet. Cane suspension bridge is the only indigenous device for crossing the river. These bridges are strengthened by interloping with steel wire ropes. The Tangams and Ashings belong to the same Padam Minyong culture of the Adis, with minor variation. Most of them live in the villages situated at higher elevation. The Tangams borrowed certain traits of the Memba Khamba people, who are their immediate neighbors. Like other tribal groups, Ashings and Tangams too are fond of songs and dances, which become a part of their life. This is the Craft Training Center run by the government. The indigenous loom is very simple. One end of the warp passes round a pole and the other end is fixed to another pair of stocks at the free end. Membas and Khambas of Tooting subdivision are experts in wood carving. A few kilometers from Tooting, along the upstream Siang River, there are 4 Memba villages. Kopu, Bone, Bishing and Gelling. The motorable road from Tooting is extended up to 17 kilometers further north. There is no road connection at present up to Gelling. The distance of Gelling from Tooting is 34 kilometers. We are following the course of Siang River, trudging the tortuous food track to reach Gelling. The scenery unfolded here is magnificent, with a wide river on one side. Cascading waterfall and jungle on the other side, to the backdrop of lofty mountains and lush greenery. Gelling is the last village near the McMahon line in the upper reaches of Siang River in Tooting subdivision. To the approach of all member villages, there are tall flagpoles inscribed on the panels with prayers, which are continuously wafted by the breeze. The village is inhabited by Memba tribe. Membas follow the Tibetan school of Buddhism. Their houses are not of Adi house pattern and are distinguished by better craftsmanship. In every Memba village, there is a Gompa which dominates the life of the people. There are regular obeisance and special prayers held at the Gompa. The religious teachers, the Lama, guide the people in propitiation ceremonial rites and at times offered also medicine and talisman. Like any of the tribes of Arunachal Pradesh, the Membas also celebrate their festival with accompaniment of dances. The Dhruba is one of the main festivals of the Memba tribe. Celebration of Dhruba festival is sponsored by the Lamas of the Gompa. Dhruba means destruction of evil spirits and restoration of peace and harmony. Prayers are offered to deities to save the people from calamities. They perform pantomimes during the festival. The Lamas blow the conch shell and flutes at the time of dancing. In this festival, the Pima Lingpa mask dance is performed before the Bardo dance in order to clear the weather condition. This dance also has significance to ward off curse. The dancers put on masks of dragon horses, lions, monkeys, and other animals and birds. All the dancers wear colorful costumes, which include also apron. The word bardo is commonly used to denote the intermediate state between death and rebirth. But in reality, bardos are occurring continuously throughout our life and death. After death, there is a belief that the sinners will get punishment and non-sinners will get their place in heaven. Now we find a demonstration of a memba dance performed by women, Saladi Longde. This dance means the place of prosperity being blessed by His divine grace. The weather is unpredictable. Most of the time during the day, the valley is found to be covered with mists. The most spectacular waterfall, CB Dingo, which falls from a height of 1,000 feet with huge volume of water, is near the fishing village. Our journey through the Siang River Valley is coming to an end. The river enters here after skirting 24,000 feet Namche Barua range in eastern Tibet. Many expeditions were undertaken by the officials of Survey of India, but all the efforts failed to give a correct picture. It was a long time since then, when Colonel F.M. Bailey of Survey of India in early 20th century finally confirmed that the Siang is the continuation of Tsangpo, which originated from the Manas Sarovar in western Tibet. This river again changes its name as Brahmaputra while entering the plains of Assam. The river Siang has been nursing with motherly affection the gorgeous mountain ranges, agricultural fields and forests, and above all, the most enchanting people of the Siang Valley since time immemorial. One would remember the sweet memory of the hospitality and friendly gestures of the people in towns and villages of the Siang River Valley of Arunachal Pradesh.